Hello, hello. We are a bit late just because of some technical issues. I will just ask Chris to join our live today. Just a few minutes. Just before we start, while we are waiting for Cristiano. So today we hi Chris.
Hi, I'm sorry I was in a rush because I was trying to find a room because my internet connection was not working properly. So sorry, I'm a little bit
No,
late.
it's okay. I had
Okay.
some technical issues here
Technical
as
issue,
well. Sorry.
please.
Sorry for leaving you
Also,
waiting.
mighty guy.
Yeah.
And now you have it at home.
Sorry, Chris. So thanks so much for joining, Chris.
My pleasure.
Cristiano, sorry, I can call you Chris.
Christian.
Cristiano.
You can call me Chris.
Okay, good. So today we have our live today. So just for anyone that doesn't know what we do. So every Tuesday we have our live Papo de Recruiter, where we invite the different professionals from different areas, different industries, just to talk about, how is people's journey, how did you get your job. So just to give some information and insights for people who is looking for a job now. So today we have Cristiano, and thanks again for joining us, Chris. We just want to know a little bit more about you. If you can just explain, where are you from and how long have you been here? Yeah, would be great.
From Porto Alegre, originally in Brazil. I came to Ireland 7 years ago, almost 7 years ago, actually, 6.5. I've been living in the country since then. I started work in a factory and then I moved to different roles and customers.
I can hear you now.
Oh,
Can you say again? No, I think it's breaking up. No.
let me see. Let me take my
Yeah,
headphones off.
I
Yeah,
can
let's do
hear you
this.
now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm not sure where this got off, but I was saying I'm from Brazil, from Porto Alegre. I came to Ireland 7 years ago. I've been working many different roles. The first one was in a factory, and then I moved to customer service, quality analyst, and then I totally changed my career, like in the AT area. So currently, I'm working as a RPA developer. RPA developer is the person who develops digital robots to perform human tasks. So
Okay.
this is what I do at the moment. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
that's
my main role.
okay.
Before that was data analyst, so it just was a natural
Yeah.
process, natural move for
Okay.
me. Yeah.
So, just for all of us to understand, so what was your first job here in Ireland, and how did you get there? Did you have some experience back home?
No, actually, I didn't mention I was a journalist in Brazil, worked in radios and a TV channel in Brazil for
Uh-huh.
7, 8 years, and then I moved to Ireland because we had to improve. I'm saying we because my partner came with
Yeah.
me, because I had to improve my English. Actually, it was my English was very basic when I came to the country. So, as many other immigrants, I look for. I would say less complex in the sense that you don't need a higher qualification to perform. So I was looking for a less complex job. So the first one was in a factory. I was literally like picking, packing fruits, creating
Okay.
fruit salads. The company was called Fresh Cut Food. So I was working there with many other immigrants, who were many of them in the same situation as I was, many Brazilians, and that was my first job, working in this factory in the north side of Ireland. That was the first experience I had.
Okay. So you were a journalist in
Yeah.
Brazil, and then you came here to improve your English. And so did you start studying something? How did you how did you get your first job in your, in the what you are doing, more related to what you are doing, data analysis? How was it? How was the journey?
Oh, through data analysis. That was yeah, this is very important. Like one of the things that I did since the beginning, actually, this is would be an advice. Like if you were to come to Ireland, focus on learning English as much as you can. So in the first 2 years, I'd say strongly focused on developing my English capacity, my communication capacity, and then in Ireland, as many immigrants know, like better your English, more chances you have to be promoted or to improve to develop your career. So in the first 1.5 year, in the first 1.5 years, I was working in this factory. At the end of this process, this period, I was intensively focused on learning how to do interviews, how to understand how the market was, how was to elaborate answers like for interviewers, and so I pretty much focused on that, and I could move to another company, which was to work as a customer service team leader.
Okay.
I didn't have knowledge of customer service. I didn't have knowledge of the industry that was gambling. So I had no knowledge at all on that. And this is the fun of Ireland, because you can convert your skills from a totally different industry and literally get a job in a position, get a job in an industry that you've never was part of. And that was for me. Like I was a journalist, so I came here and I worked in a factory, and then I proved that from the skills I've learned in the factory that I could perform a role in customer service. And they liked me in the interview, and they invited me to be customer service team leader. So I was literally from the factory floor to a customer service team leader with
That's
that
nice.
English that was not, that English that was more expressive, but expressive than something else. Um, and so I stayed in this customer service team leader, moved to quality analyst, quality analysis. I was quality analyst team leader. So that was, even though I didn't have experience in the quality analysis words that it was, I was team leader, so I had some leadership skills. So I could prove that I could convert that leadership skills into this new role. And then I moved to this educational sector, educational industry, to work as it was a quality analyst, team leader, leading I'd say three teams actually. I was leading three teams of about 12 people. And then from there, I moved to PokerStars, which is Flutter, which is the company I've been working since then, focused on data analysis, because in Brazil, and that was the moment I could use some skills I had developed in Brazil. Of course, we used many skills that we developed from our career before coming here, but that was one of them. I used to work focus pretty much on data journalism, which is basically data, reading data, getting data, and writing articles from these data analysis. So I use those examples, pretty much those examples, to get into this job that I get into this position that allowed me to enter in the company, and that was pretty much my working path, my career path here in the country. I also created a project which is called, along with another friends, also journalists, my partner Diane. We created a project focused on immigrants here to write articles, and this move for data analysis, the role which was pretty much analytical, the necessity of the number of technical issues that we had in the project made me to naturally go into the computing computing world, programming world. So that was a bit, and then things came naturally. Like from data analysis, you get bored, and then you want something else. You learn how to program, and then you want something else, and then that's how you're gonna grow.
What do you did you Okay, so first question: when you were, you got your first job in the
The
manufacturer, I
factory.
think it was the manufacturer. Yeah.
That was the
So,
factory.
did you have it in mind that you wanted to go to data analysis, or it was just in the flow, and then you were more interested?
No. When I joined that first work, I was the only thing I had in mind was I need to pay my rent and I need to improve my
Okay.
English. So I pretty much focused on this when I joined that company. Like
Mm.
yeah, at the beginning I was not understanding anything. That's the truth. And then but I focused on creating some networks with the Brazilian community. That's also good in Ireland. We have a very strong Brazilian community, and
Yeah,
they are.
yeah.
I would say most of them, they are very supportive, so you can get many informations from them. You can get knowledge
Mhm.
from this community, and so that was the first. I'd say the first approach was to get close to this community and also to expose myself expose myself to communication, to talk in
Yeah.
English, which
Hmm.
that was the most important thing that I had to learn, and that was the reason why I came to Ireland.
Hmm.
So I was forcing myself to be exposed to English, and well, mainly with the many other immigrants who were in the same situation, that was even easier for me to learn English because, it's easier if you talk to immigrants than it is to native people, especially depending on where they are from. So pretty much what I did, I exposed myself to learn English, to develop my skills in the factory, and then further to use those skills to get a better job. Um, but I didn't have data analysis in mind. I didn't have data analysis.
Okay.
That was something that I used to focus when I was a journalist. But when I came to Ireland, the first job, I was not really focused on data analysis.
Yeah.
At the end of that period, and then yeah, I started designing something that I was more interested in, so I could focus a little bit more. Which was yeah, I had data analysis from far, looking from far, but not when I joined the company. Just as I got to know a little bit more of the Irish market and get some insights, getting to know more immigrants who had developed their career path,
Hmm.
and yeah, and seeing that yeah, actually you can have better opportunities than just work in a factory or in a pub, even though
Yeah.
you can have
No,
some both.
that's really nice, Chris, because that's something that sometimes people are very struggle to transfer their skills to a new position, especially in the beginning, that we are kind of lost. We just want to improve the English and just learn and do networking as well. So I am sure that you did a great job, because you jumped to like different roles, but with the skills that you had. That's really, really nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know that sometimes when we speak to some of our clients, they say, "Oh no, I don't have experience. I just have in Brazil or any other country." I was like, "Yeah, but you have the experience. This is
You
so
can
valid."
convert them. You can convert them. You can work on a pub. You can work on a factory. In a factory, you're going to be dealing with well, you're going to be dealing with many different colleagues. Like in my case, I was literally working on a production line, so I had to rely on my colleagues to create the products. I had to communicate with my colleagues, and that by doing that, I was developing my teamwork. I was developing my communication. I was
Yeah.
developing my many skills that you can convert them. And when you go to an interview, you can say, "Yeah, I was there actually leading my colleagues, or I was leading some projects in the factory." Doesn't matter which project, but I was even they can be simple projects, but I was building my teamwork capacity. I was delegating things. Yeah, I was asking the guy to chop pineapple. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I was still delegating things.
You were doing your job.
I was doing my job. Yeah, and I was developing at the same time many skills, many skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and in Ireland more than in Brazil, you literally can convert them
Hmm.
into a new role in as I said, in a totally different industry. You can convert them if you had capacity to lead a team of people picking packing fruits. Maybe you have capacity to lead a team of customer service
Yeah.
agents or
Yeah.
a
You
team
have
in
the
a pub,
leadership
in a
skills, right?
restaurant. You have leadership skills, so you
Yeah.
have to focus on these skills,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily in the task that you are performing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really nice. And Chris, did you, apart from, I know you have studied a lot English, but did you study something else to get into the data analysis?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So much.
Now yeah, I I start from simple courses such as you have many platforms, Udemy. So I start using learning the tools. First, I research about the tools that we normally use in data analysis. So that was SQL, SQL as you
Yeah.
call it in Brazil, or Tableau, or this kind of tool. So I start doing these courses on Udemy. Then after that, I decided, yeah, as I had many technical issues with my personal project, so I decided to go supported by my partner as well. I decided to go to college to study science and computing, focus on software development. That was absurdly different from what I was doing. But like I saw that in this course, I was getting some data analysis lessons. So that was very
Mm-hmm.
important for me because I went more focus on data analysis. And in my role here in Flutter, I was responsible for reviewing some clients' performances. So that was pretty handy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined this university. I developed my analytical skills, and then I implement this. This is also important. Like
Yeah.
if you gain a knowledge, it's important that you try to use in your company as much as get. Of course, sometimes you don't have the you are not allowed to implement, you
Yeah.
don't
You
have access to some
can.
tools in your
Yeah.
company, but if you can, not that would be for the benefit of your company, yeah, for sure, but that will also be for your benefit because in the future, regardless where you're going to work, you can say I use this, I improve this procedure in my
Yeah.
company, I implement this tool in my company. So that was what it is. Yeah, the data analysis knowledge actually came from the college. Alongside, I like to study language, so I started Italian. English was always a thing for me. I'm all the time studying, and for me, I always need to improve, and I'm
Yeah.
constantly improving and studying, and and trying to improve this. Uh, but and also in Ireland, you have, especially if you can if you can live in the country for more, and you have like let's say, I know in Ireland we have this stamp 4 or some other visas that you can use, and a resident, and then after this time you can use public programs to develop to public programs that are funded by governments, and they
Oh
pay
yeah. Yeah.
college, so you can use
They're
these
really good. Yeah.
programs even in Ireland, even when I was working in the factory, uh, I found a course that was called EPIC, and that was publicly focused on immigrants, and they were teaching
That's
how to,
really nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were teaching how to, get to know the market, get used to the Irish market, and giving you some tips here and there. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like taking the opportunities you have, taking the
Yeah.
chances you have to, especially to improve yourself. And this is definitely something that I'm doing all the time. I get bored
Yeah.
if I'm not studying, but
Yeah.
even though sometimes you need a break. But yeah,
Yeah, no, just to give you some context of the EPIC program, I think it's really nice to say, it's really good to say, maybe some people are not based here in Ireland, or some people want to come, or some people just don't know. But the EPIC program, it's a program from the government that they help you to find a job. So they have a full program that they can support you to, with interviews, right? So how to make a CV, it's really, really good. I heard really nice. I didn't do that because I didn't have the opportunity, but I heard it's really, really nice,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I got to know Epic when I from Facebook Brazilian community. Someone
Ah,
had a comment there saying, I can split my life in Ireland into before Epic or after app
Oh,
program. And then I saw, yeah, really. So I got to know what was the training program, and then yeah, I joined the training program, and
yeah.
that I can say, yeah, that changed my life in Ireland, my career path in Ireland, because they do what actually you also do. Like they teach people how to
Mhm.
create their CVs, how to adapt their CV to the Irish market, and also how to train yourself
Mhm.
to go to interviews and follow like what the market is expecting you to follow. You know
Yeah.
how to behave in an interview, how to how to develop your ability to answer and to quickly think about answers that the interviewer is expecting you to give. So yeah,
Yeah. And they have sometimes, I heard that sometimes they have people from the agencies, from
they
recruitment
do.
agencies. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
they
cool.
do. That's really cool. That's really cool.
I think it feels more real, right? When you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, and sometimes they bring like I remember I met a guy he was a Brazil, yeah, I think he was Brazilian. So they bring good examples for you, like
Yeah. Okay.
like, and you see, yeah, actually, like, you know, if I dedicate myself, if I be focused, a little bit focused, I can get more than what I have at the moment. Get more by, like, I mean,
Mm.
get maybe a better job or something like this if I be focused. And yeah,
Mm.
it
Yeah.
was a
Nice.
very good program.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. And Chris, I was just thinking here. When you came, did you think of getting a job as a journalist here as well?
That's a
Did
good
you do some
question.
research?
Uh, you know, I actually didn't, because I came because I need a break from
Okay.
journalism, and but after a while, you know, but I got Europa. Came from
Mhm.
I think there's how can I say, I was kind of missing this, you know, working as a journalist. So I was
Right.
sort of missing this, and gladly I had some other crazy people around me that joined the same idea. So we could
Uh-huh.
develop this. I got Europa, but for journalism is I'd say it's an extra challenge because it's strongly focused on communication. That was actually what I didn't have when I came to the country, so I had to improve a lot.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I didn't at first I didn't think about working as a journalist in the country, maybe in the journalism industry,
Mm.
in the news industry. But no, when I came to the country now, I didn't think about this at first. But I know we have few Brazilians, not few Brazilians, but we have Brazilians working in news companies around the country and in UK as well, in
Mm.
the UK as well. So no, that was not for me when I came. But I even applied once to a journalistic company, but I didn't succeed.
Yeah.
But that was not to work as a journalist. That was to work as a
Okay.
data
What's different?
analyst, supporting journalists. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah. So,
Nice.
but I don't think I was still in doubt whether I actually want to keep on the same career as I had in Brazil, or I want to change, or I want to try something else. And I
Something.
focus a little bit more on trying something else.
Mm. Oh, that's nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so can you explain how it looks like your day-to-day responsibilities in your current role? So what you do, just for people to understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Now as a as a data analyst and RPA, I'm a lot more focused on RPA. So, but I still
What's
uh,
RPA? What it
Oh,
stands for? Just
RPA, I didn't mention that. Yeah, RPA is called robotic process automation. So
okay.
basically, if you every day you have to go to your email, you have to download a spreadsheet, an Excel file, and you have to analyze the same tables and take decisions from that. Or let's say you have to, in your email, you receive the invoices where you have the PDFs that you have to pay. And
Mm,
in the PDF, you have many informations, and then you take that informations, you log into the system, you register in the system, and someone else will pay for that. Well,
mm,
like I would say, the payments department will pay that invoices,
mm.
that bills will pay the bills. That's
Okay.
what I do. I create a robot They go to your mail, download the PDF, read the information, send to the payment teams, and maybe I would say even automated the payment itself once the robot identifies all the informations are correct,
Okay.
and of course check many other criteria from there. But this is what I do. I look for I identify a process, repetitive process that people do. Sometimes that people think that, oh, that's boring. Every day you have to do this calculations on this spreadsheet. This is boring, and so this is what I do. I identify this process. I map the workflow from end to end, and then I create robots to replicate human tasks. So, as I said, could be anything, like from fraud investigation to, I don't know, from to open your Slack or
Okay.
Microsoft Teams every morning, going to the group and then sending good morning to your colleagues. That was actually my first robot. So,
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice. Yeah,
yeah,
Pedro is asking if you can automate his day-to-day work.
yeah. Pretty much in the future, I think my work will be fully automated. To be very honest, my when I joined the company, I was responsible for investigating some clients for fraud analysis, right? So I had capacity to investigate like seven, eight clients per day, and then yeah, I was in the college. As I said, I was in the college learning programming, data analysis, and I was, why not suggest to automate this? And then the company bought it for me, and then not bought it literally, but
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
So
Got the
they
idea, yeah.
accept, yeah. So they accepted that, and then I design a plan and say I knew what it was. I knew the procedure, right? Because I was responsible for creating the procedure, the manual procedure. So I knew what I had to automate. So I mapped the entire procedure, and I automate. Of course, I was concerned. Okay, if I automate 100% of the things that I'm doing on a daily basis, what am I going to do next? So my suggestion was, yeah, I will build this bot, and this will allow me to create other robots within the department, and they accept that. If they accept, okay, so I developed that robot, we deploy the robot, start doing 100% of the things that I was doing, and then I start to focus on more processes within our department that we could develop as well, along with my colleagues. We can have a bad perspective of robots, of process automation, because yeah, it's performing tasks that humans could be doing. But robots, they can also perform, they can also, no, they mostly perform tasks that we don't actually have capacity to perform. I was analyzing 7 to 8 clients per day. With the robot, I was able to analyze more than 2,000, 3,000 per day. And just because I set a time limit, but I could review even more. So this is basically what I do on day to day. I arrive in the office, I open my laptop, I see what I have developed in my project and what are the next components that I have to develop. So I focus on developing these components. If from time to time, I also receive some reports, requests from other departments. So I created the reports, automated the reports if they are simple to automate, and then I attend other departments. And in parallel, I'm normally prospecting some new process that I can improve, I can automate this kind of stuff, or reviewing the bots that I have already created, because as the time passes by, you get better knowledge in terms of programming, in terms of the things that you
Okay.
are doing. So you can always go back and improve what you have already built. And especially now that we have many AI tools and this kind of stuff. So
Yeah, that's
you can
fantastic.
incorporate to your projects, make them look better. And as I said, I like studying. I get bored if I'm not studying something new. So now I'm going to join on another postgraduate in applied statistics. So I'll be pretty much
Nice.
focused on improving the robots that I have already created. So this is basically my day-to-day work. Kind of
Oh,
boring, but I like
no, it's
it.
not boring. No, that's really, really cool. That's really nice. Usually when one of the things that I always mention to our clients is when you go for an interview, you have to know your stuff. And just talking to you now, I can see that you really know your stuff. You have the numbers, because some
It's
people
good to
are very
pretend,
vague.
you know. Yeah.
You have to pretend something. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's really nice to bring, these numbers and everything, and know and be curious and as well, because as you said, you are learning and you want to bring new things and you want to learn new things. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, there is a
That's a
question here.
question.
How's your process to understand the task and make sure the bot performs it properly?
Well, we always have a reference, which is the manual task. Of course, we had some automations where we didn't have the manual task because human were not able to perform at the same level as the robot, or perform the number of comparisons that the bot was performing in terms of data analysis. So we monitor the robot after we deploy for 2 weeks in the UAT, in the UAT period, and then where we also have the hypercare period. So for 1 month, we monitor the robot. We calculate many things: the impact of the robot performance within the department, the benefits that it brings, and by the benefits, we can calculate many things: since the human dedication, saving time, and yeah, we can calculate many things from the bot's performance. So this is basically how we monitor the robot. And of course, we literally monitor the robot process by logging to the system, verifying what the robot is doing, uh, if that's correct. We do a sort of QA for 1 month to make
Okay.
sure everything is aligned with the company's policies, and the robot is not breaking
Okay.
anything, or the bot's not performing anything out of what is expected from the robot to perform.
Okay. Nice. Cool. Thanks for explaining. And Chris, and what piece of advice you would give to two people? One who wants to start their career in data analysis, and one who has the experience in Brazil, for example, or any other country, and wants to like restart their career here in Ireland, for example.
Well, if the person has experience in Brazil, that would be a big advantage for this person. That would be something that would be very valuable in the interview, especially because if you can prove like you have experience, if you have any projects, you can demonstrate that you were successfully when you were performing in Brazil. So that would be a big advantage for you, because you have many resources or arguments to demonstrate that you were a data analyst in Brazil. And of course, if you were working at the same company for a certain period of time, a long time, like you have many tools to demonstrate your abilities. So if you were a data analyst in Brazil, I would say, even though in IT, communication is less relevant, if you
Mm-hmm.
really want to improve, if you really want to grow in your career or start from a good position, I would focus on your communication, learning English. But learning English, demonstrate your abilities, will not be enough if your CV is not the one selected to the position. So you need to understand how to create your CV, how to format your CV,
Mm-hmm.
how to prepare yourself for an interview, because you can be the most genius person. You can be amazing in your head, but that will be only in your head if you don't demonstrate that.
Yeah.
So I would pretty much focus on this, like train your interviews. Nowadays we have many AI tools that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
You have ChatGPT. You can go there and query some, give me 50 questions about this industry, and you start practicing from that. From there,
Mm-hmm.
but understand how to go for interviews, how to elaborate your answers, and how to practice interviews. So
Yeah.
that would be my advice for someone who has experience in Brazil. Data analysis, for the person who doesn't have it, like, or who doesn't have any data analytical skills at all, I would say start from the beginning. Start from taking free courses online to get to learn Excel. So Excel formulas. So you got to learn Excel formulas. If you know Excel, that will be, believe it or not, that will be also very
A
good
big
skills
part of
that you
it.
can demonstrate. Yeah, because many company, my company will have a team for automation. We have our developers for automation, but in many companies, people are still using Excel. In some companies, they are not even using Excel. If you bring a very good Excel that can help their day-to-day work, that would be fabulous. That would be amazing. So get to know the basics. Start from Excel. Once you are confident with Excel, move to something higher in the
Yeah,
terms of
like
complexity,
bigger.
like
Mm-hmm.
SQL for data analysis, for querying databases, and then from SQL go to data visualization. So learn Tableau or MicroStrategy. No, MicroStrategy. No, learn Tableau. Tableau. Focus on Tableau. That would be better for you. So I would say we have two different scenarios. So yeah, from the person who already has this knowledge, focus on interviews, and for the person who doesn't have analytical skills, focused on developing the basics, like to have the bare minimum of analytical knowledge, and also to improve your analytical capacity, your analytical skills, and of course, if you want to get a job, to also practice your interview
Yeah,
interview skills, develop your interview skills, because
yeah,
that would be
yeah,
that would
yeah.
be very important for you. And more you practice, the better you get in it. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. And first thing, please, especially if you're coming from Brazil, your CV has to be in English,
Oh
fully in
yeah,
English. So
please,
this is
please.
the basic, because
Yeah.
believe or not, I still get CVs with half in English, half in Portuguese. So yeah, this is not
And
nice. Yeah,
then don't put pictures on it. Don't put
yeah,
pictures on it.
no.
Okay, avoid pictures unless you want to modeling. So yeah,
Yeah.
avoid pictures. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's really, really good. Really good. And especially with the courses, there are so many free courses that you can start.
indeed. Yeah,
So many things that you can use just to practice, and especially projects. So make a project, with focus on in the numbers, in how long, what you are doing, so what you want to achieve. These things are
yeah,
really good, especially if you're studying. You can add to your CV. It's really, really good. Yeah.
yeah. Demonstrate achievements. That's a thing.
Achievements,
That's
yeah.
very important. Yeah, demonstrate achievements. Oh, I'm very good in analysis. Oh yeah, but how can you prove that? Oh, because when I started my company, we were creating, I don't know, 10 reports per day, and when I left the company, I improved the reporting process, and then now we're developing 300. So that's a demonstration
Yeah,
of your ability, actually,
yeah,
to analytical ability. So yeah, focus on the achievements on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, and if you want to work with data analytics, you have to have numbers on your CV. If
yeah,
you're working with numbers, it makes total sense to have
yeah,
that.
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That
good,
would be the
good.
first step. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, Chris, before I let you go, I just want to ask you one more question. So, what would you say to Chris,
Oh, to Chris.
to you, to
For
yourself?
myself,
Yeah.
Chris is me.
When you came to Ireland, when you were like looking for a job, like you were like, I don't know.
Oh no, yeah. When I came to the country, like if I could say something before coming to the country, I'd say take English seriously. So that will help you when you get there. When I got my job here, like I was assisted by the Brazilian community because I saw information they were sharing on Facebook community. So they helped me a lot. So get used to the Irish market. Try to understand as much as you can how it works. Be surrounded by people who support you and people who also want to grow, because that's really really important. Like if some people they have bad experience, and that's totally normal. Like sometimes you can have bad experience, but don't but but don't let this but like if someone had bad experience, it doesn't mean you're going to have bad experience as well.
Yeah.
So we have many Brazilians here, many of them succeeding, so being very successful in the Irish industry, in the Irish market. So focus on your development. This is more
Your growth.
important. Give
Yeah.
less important to people's opinion, especially those who put you down, who don't motivate you. So I would say, yeah, I'd say work on your self-confidence. It doesn't, like, you don't need to believe that you need to come to the country being fluent in English. If you are fluent, that's a plus. But if you are not, that's normal. Like, that will be the English will come as when the time went by, when the time passes by. So but
Mm-hmm.
focus on your self confidence. Be surrounded by people who support you. Support people as well, because it's
Yeah.
important, not just being supported, but support people as well.
Yeah.
Help
It's a
them to grow with you.
two-way street.
Two ways, and yeah. I would say this is the advice I would give. But before coming, focus on your English. Take English seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be just an advantage. If you come here with no English, that's
Yeah.
fine. I came here with basic English, so yeah,
Yeah.
you get that.
Yeah. I came without English as well.
Hmm.
And it was very frustrating a lot of the time. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's part of the process. I always
It is.
say that because it's not easy. It's not like you are not going to learn English in 6 months if you don't have
No,
anything.
you're right.
So, but it's part of the process, and you are going to grow, and you realize your growth when it passes. So yeah, that I completely agree.
Yeah,
Cool.
totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Be humble because
Yeah.
like I was in Brazil working as a national producer of journalism, and then a few months later, I was picking, packing fruits among with many other immigrants who were
Yeah.
not even able, as I wasn't able to speak English. Like, we're just working a very fast-paced factory under low temperature, and that's you need to be focused on what you want to achieve,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
certainly you will get there because
Mhm.
everybody gets there. It's just a matter of dedication and being focused and determining what you want to achieve.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Well,
Good.
Chris, it was a really nice
It
chat.
was.
I would
It was. I
spend the
was nervous.
afternoon talking to you.
Yeah. I was very nervous before that, but yeah, gladly it went well.
Good, good, good. Chris, thank you so much. Um, it was a pleasure to speaking with you now. So it was really nice. Maybe we can have another chat another day.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can invite me. Yeah, feel free to.
Good, good. So, just for the people who just joined, so we have weekly lives. This one is going to be recorded, and we need a part two. Yeah, we need a part two. This one is going to be recorded, so it will be on our Instagram, so you can watch later. But maybe Chris will come back, so I'll let you know.
I hope. I saw that great interview. Great interviews are coming. So yeah, you'll be also delighted with the new interviews.
Oh,
So
yes, yes.
yeah,
We have different professionals in the next few weeks, the next few Tuesdays. So it's every Tuesday at 6:30. If we don't have technical issues like I had today, but it's 6:30 every Tuesday. And if anyone has anyone to refer or any suggestions, we are open to it as well.
great.
Thank you, Chris, and see you
Thank you.
soon. All
Bye
the best.
bye. See you. Bye bye for you too.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye, all.
Bye.